Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be work.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Crunch time, defense.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
52's the mark, boy. 50.
First down, a run with Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the Packers' 49-yard line.
Good. 180. 52. Alert. Check nickel. Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Mike, get up. 180. Say alert. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Mike 42.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, Delta.
Now it's Trubisky. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
Watch twist. Ran. No. Right.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
I got him.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. On first down, it's Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Look at this.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Trubisky to throw. That's complete to Robinson. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You got nothing. Check 3. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. He's coming. Double up. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Go, go. Check 43. Yes.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Third down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast.
Need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards. And now a decision here on 4th and 1.
Now 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Grant. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Grant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
319. Check. Back one.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Switch it to 6-6. Pull it high. Under 10.
On first down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Watch the screen.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 18. Yep. 22 jet bomber. Check, 42's the mark.
Now Trubisky. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Kill.
On first down, Cohen. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Again, it's Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Let's go, dude.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On second down now, it's Grant, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Let's get this. Let's get this.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Mike 42. Let's go, defense. Alert. Defense. Hey, echo.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 3rd now in New Orleans. And the Panthers have extended their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
45. Mike, 45.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
17.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
I got you, pop.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
You get blocked, me. You get blocked.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Alert! Mike 4-2. Hey, Alpha. Hey, here we go. Hey.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Cohen. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
258! 150!
Now Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards. He's back to throw. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and that'll bring up second down. The protection really holding up that time. That's what you want in the 2-minute drill, but the coverage equally as good.
Yeah, I'd say it was protection both sides, right? Get it for the quarterback, make sure he had time to throw the football, and he did. Plenty of time, but nowhere to go with it downfield. So the coverage, as you noted, terrific.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
This is Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Stop! 56! Night, sweetheart!
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Go! 180! Right there, 56. Let's go, D, tighten up. Hey, 18. Back up.
A give to Cohen, he heads right. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. That one covers 29 yards, first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
They run. This is Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT.
Good job! 180! Alert! 5! 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56. All day.
On second down, it's Cohen. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bears, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody. Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Side complete. It's Lamb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, King. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Spiller, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. King. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Looking to throw. King. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Going to give this time to the tailback. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their number one mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And that is incomplete.
You see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run him now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Play, it'll... Be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set, cut. 50, hey, hold on. 54 Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
On second down now, it's Kane. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be taken at the 10. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
6 man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Here's King, throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island.
To throw is King. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He's going to take a shot right away. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Back to throw. King. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A run for Nick Chubb. Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the move to his left. Going deep downfield for Roll. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Right back to him on 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
15 line. Let's make these fans.
They'll run on 1st down. Kane, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Haskins. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dialed up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Looking to throw. King. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pena now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This will be fielded at the 17. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking to throw, Haskins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
Set, ready? 8, read. 54, line 54. Go.
His pass caught at the 4. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Bandit. 2 seconds. Mike 54. Mike 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
Now it's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That's going to be caught. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Let's field it a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike the 59. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Haskins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, it's Haskins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. 2nd and 2. Steps away. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially at second. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jerome Baker in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Open man is Ross, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he hasn't.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Travis Kelce with touchdown number 20 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky, because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Watch out, watch out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Cut, 59, right. Roll, trot. Double dog, that's the way. 59's Mike, check, 59. Watch the pass. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Get that quarterback here.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 15 now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's just me and you.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And an alley to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
That's it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Kane. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And bulldozing his way through. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Eluding the pressure right, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now Chubb, he'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
King looking to throw on second down. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's third down and 7 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now King on third down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Back now in Miami. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. King now throwing on fourth down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Here's King. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Elliott good on the extra point, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Kane, he finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
Ready, set, Mike forward. I'm on.
From midfield now, Haskins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Check, ready. Now the wolf. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Focus, defense. Check up.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kane. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Right there. 54 Mike. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Dolphins will add onto their lead. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw is King from the gun on 3rd down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, King. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 4. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kane fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They're going to look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now back to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too patient. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jerome Baker in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Today's final score.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA.